Hello everyone, welcome to this new video and today we are going to analyze few games of the FIDE World Cup round 2, game 2 and the tiebreak. The time in the time of the recording basically the tiebreak 2 has already finished, I can see, and most importantly there were lots of upsets in the round 2, and even in the lots of top class players has also eliminated from this FIDE World Cup. And the biggest upset is probably Wesley so resigned into a drawn position. Then Ian Nepo lost against the 10 goals from West Bengal. And another player who basically Pragananda also lost in the first tiebreak, but later on he managed to go forward. But we'll see that what happened. First, we'll start with Gukesh game that he played with the black piece and won the game very beautifully. He played in the Karokan. The recent time Gukesh is playing Karokan a bit. Okay, in the FIDE Grand Prix we have seen also to playing him Karokan opening with lots of good players. Even in the first round, I can remember that crushing victory by exchange sacrifice. Double Bishop was very active, so that was an immense game. And here in this position also Gukesh played this position beautifully. That you can see this position, it was black's white played here f4, and in the this kind of close position, still black managed to open up the a file. We'll see, and then he penetrated through the a file, and basically there were weakness, and later on he went on to win the game, and we can see that the domination by Gukesh. Simply the final time, basically the final move after queen b2, white resigned this position because of after this and simply it's completely winning game for black is having an exchange for the knight, so that was. And Arjun on the second board made a clean sweep. He won the first round also in the round 2 game 1. Second round also he won with the white pieces. So in this equal position his opponent, it's pretty much equal dull position. We can see 3 pawns, 5 pawns and 6 pawns, whereas white is having a little bit more active pieces. And at this moment black played a blunder, bishop to c6, and from here Arjun capitalized the game with rook e1 check, king d8, knight bishop c6, and later on he went on to win the game with an extra pawn on the a file. And but the endgame was very exciting, that even this position if you look at it, yes it is clear that white is pressing, but still it was not evident that how white is going to win. But here black played a big mistake. It's a blunder, 95, and after that the pawn was just king entered from here, and it was completely losing position. And now black is kind of in a zugzwang. White is going here, taking this pawn, maybe coming here and take this pawn as well. And you have no way. The king is completely tied down in the queen side and completely lost. Anish Giri also won the game. Pragyananda also made a draw here, and the game went on to the tiebreak. We'll also analyze the tiebreak games. And here Anish Giri actually won the game against Maksimovic Bohan from Bosnia Herzegovina. He made a draw in the first round, and then the second round he won the game very convincingly in the French defense. He played beautiful game even in this equal situation. If you look at it, that white was in a dominating situation. We can easily see that black plays are this bishop is not good, uh, but white's all counter play is based on this, how he's going to grab the h5 pawn, and then going with the g6 break, and then black gives a chance rook h7, uh, probably the biggest blunder of this game. And then after knight h5, he just won the game very convincingly. That after queen c5 it's just lost, because there is mate in 7 from here, frankly speaking. And if you go here, then I believe we have queen f8, king here, take, queen c8, this, queen c7, and now it's a simple checkmate. So it was pretty much forced checkmate was there. And if you go here after king b6, then also you will get checkmated after this. And here, yeah, queen c5 is just came over. So that was one of the thing. And Wesley, so very interesting position. Wesley so actually resigned in a completely drawn position, and I believe why he resigned. He completely misunderstood that position. That okay, it's a theoretical drawn. There is a beautiful stalemate trick is available. Wesley so was playing with the black pieces, and he resigned at this moment where we will see that why it's a draw. That even black will play king h4. Okay, here at this moment, he thought okay, white king will come here and take this two pawn and he is going to win. But he missed one idea, which is I'll make a queen. White has to take, and then I'll play king h3. Obviously, you cannot move your king forward. Then I'll come, and there is a it's a drawn position. This endgame should be drawn. This, 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 this. 8 queen and b1 queen, and it's a straightforward draw. But the beautiful idea is not lies on the making a new queen, but here after king h2, bishop g2, king here, bishop f1, and here is the main beautiful plan for black, that I'm going to play this king here. Now if you play this, I'll again go king here. You have no time to capture here, otherwise it's a draw. The main point is that this, even if with the zugzwang, if I come to this situation with this, and it's a kind of repetition, you can see again every time I'll try to protect and I'm threatening g2, and the excellent stalemate trick is there, that after yeah, king e2 maybe, king yeah, king g4, and you are not able to come here, and there is a idea of this stalemate. We'll check that moment. Maybe with, yeah, maybe with some bishop h1, king here, king here, check this, this, yeah, now we might come into this situation, and sorry, and bishop to g2, and here, and again we are repeating this position. And the point is, whenever black will get a chance, black can play king to g1, okay, and white cannot take the g3 pawn because it's a stalemate. These two pawns are locked, and Wesley completely misunderstood this position and he resigned. Actually, at this moment, he resigned the game after king e3. He has resigned at this position and he didn't continue the game, and it was a draw. It seems like white is completely winning, but actually not. White is able to hold the game. Vincent Keimer on the other hand won the game. Voi won the game. We'll see that the upset on the second round, game two, is Ian Nepo lost the game and straight out of the hotel, now going to his country. So in this Rai Lopez, actually I've seen Diptan's interview. He said that he was preparing this opening with Surya, and he made this great idea in that basically Rai Lopez, where this a4 b4 and this a5 plan, and then with the idea of bishop going to a6, and where his opponent actually made this mistake, that h3. He mentioned that h3 is not a good move, and because of that bishop a6, and he lost the pawn, rook d8, knight d2, bishop d4, and now he's going to lose this pawn. And after that, it was pretty much convincing win for Dipten, that he converted this advantage very smoothly. That there was no hesitation actually, and even with the presence of opposite color bishop, and Dipten played this endgame very convincingly, very calm, very cool, very composed, and finally at this moment here, Nepo resigned again in the threat of rook d2, and you cannot play rook d1 because of simply I will take, and this king is coming towards the center before white. So those were few things. Levon made a draw. Okay, Karthik Venkataraman won against Aravind Chidambaram, and Aravind Chidambaram is now out of the World Cup, FIDE World Cup. So that's another upset. But yes, we cannot say that's another upset because Karthik Venkataraman is a very strong Indian Grandmaster. And whenever you are playing with Indian Grandmaster, no one is weak. They are underrated and very, very strong. Even they can, any day in their good day, they can easily defeat any 2700 in the top level. So that's one of the thing, and probably the best game of this round two, which is already flooding in the YouTube, the Hare Krishna Pentala game, right? Very famous, the queen sacrifice in the eighth move, and this is the position where we'll see it was white to play, and white played here knight to e4. So in the Petrov, the position became chaotic, and the basically the point is here. Uh, if you look at this position, white is having two pieces for the queen, right? One is this bishop and this bishop. So knight and the bishop, two pieces for the queen. But what is having in white's favor? This development is completely stopped for black. Dark squares are completely weak. So those are the things which is in white's favor, and white converted this position very beautifully. We have seen that. We'll look at this endgame, that where later on white gave up the piece, but still could not save this thing. And you can see that the two pieces are still there. It is move number 22, and they black has not yet developed the rook on 8 and the bishop on c8. So that's a big thing that you can see that e4, queen h5, and at this moment basically black resigned in the view of whatever you play, just simply bishop f3 and bishop g4 is coming. This piece you are going to lose, and just game is over. So black could not play from here. So those were the results from the round two, and Sham Shankland won against Wesley Ivanchuk. Both of the games he won. So that's another clean sweep, that Ivanchuk is also out of the World Cup. Shankland is there still. So now we'll look at some of the tie break. After tie break, we'll look at it. Tie break two. Uh, Let me. Pragananda actually made a draw in the tie break too. So he also Prag made a draw, tie break rapid. Prag lost here, then defeated and made a comeback. Then in the bleed, Prag won again. So that was not a mistake. So yeah, he won both of the bleeds game, and made progress in the third round. The third round is going to be very exciting round. We'll see later on. Okay, what are the games there? Yeah, I can see. Yeah, Prague won the game. Last blitz also he has won. At this moment, yeah, his opponent resigned. But there was a chance at this moment that if his opponent, and that means Timur, made a draw in the second rapid tiebreak, then Pragananda would have been eliminated from this World Cup. But that have not happened. It's a good sign. Prag actually played very beautifully in the last year World Cup. So I'm hoping that he might give a very good performance here as well. Last year, he lost the tiebreak, final tiebreak with the Magnus Carlsen, the only trophy Magnus Carlsen never won, and last year he won. Last time he won basically. So yes, that's the thing basically from this round two, and we will look at the pairing ones, that how who made a progress. So let me check that one also for you. So now basically if you look at here, we can see in the round three basically Gukesh is playing against Vane Frederick. Then Shan Sargashian is playing against Ilmar Mustafa. Then from the second bracket, Yu Yang is playing with Narayana SL. So that is going to be an exciting game. And Theodoru Nicolas is playing against Sindarov Javigir. I believe Theodoru Nicolas has defeated Indrik Alexander. So he played really well. And the third bracket, let's see, Mamed Yarov Shakriar versus Niels Gandelwas. That is also going to be an exciting game. Then Darda Daniel versus Hari Krishna Pentala. So we'll be cheering up for Hari Krishna, obviously. Van Forest versus Alexis Arana. So that is also a good game. Abdul Sattar of Nodirbek versus Jose Eduardo. On the other hand, okay, Pranav V also defeated Aryan Tari in this round. Okay, so he made progress in the tie break also. So Pranav V versus Titas Temati V6. Then Yakuboev Nodirbek versus Nguyen Third and one. And in the fifth bracket, Liang Awondar versus Van Erasmus from Germany, and Diptangos versus Gabriel Sargisian. So that is also going to be an exciting round. Lake Wang Liwan versus Jeong Jeffrey Jeong, and Bogdan Daniel Diak versus Karthik Venkataraman is also there from India. So lots of Indian players have made progress, right? We can see Matthias Bluam versus Ivan Jemlaveskin and Anton Guyaro versus Anis Giri. So this one is also going to be an exciting game. So both are very, very strong, and Anton Guyaro is having big experience. Pragyananda versus Robert Hovnisian. That is also going to be an exciting match. Daniel Dubov versus George Meyer. Another good match. Vidit versus Sam. Okay, that is also going to be a tough fight. I must say that Vidit defeated Oro Faustino in the tiebreak. So Oro is a chess prodigy basically. Vidit also said this after the game in an interview that Oro will go in a very long way in the future. So Vidit versus Shankland, Rapport versus Erdogmas Yagic Khan. So Yagic is also a 16-year-old guy who is playing against Richard Rapport. So that is also going to be an exciting match. Maxim Vasil Lagre versus Vladislav Artemiev. So two very strong player. And on the other hand, Stamasis versus Gravenev. Stamasis basically both rounds he defeated two Indians. One is Divya Deshmukh, another one is Nihal Sarin, and then came into this third round. This is the last bracket, I believe. Esipenko Andrei versus Idani Pova. It's going to be exciting. Pranesh M versus Kemar Vincent. It is also going to be exciting. And on the other hand, Vuiji versus Bledagura Benjamin, Ivan Sarik, Maksud Laparam. All games are going to be very, very exciting, guys. And Sebian Samuel, Najer Evgeny, Michael Adams is also going to be there. Levon Aronian versus Saleh Miar Saleh. So that is also fantastic one. Radoslav Vostasek versus Fedosek Vladimir. They are also going to be an exciting encounter. Alexander Kirin, Peter Leko. Peter Leko has made the progress, and last Voki Dov Samshiddin versus Arjun Erikaisi. This is also going to be a youngster fight and big match. So in the third round, basically, lots of exciting games are coming, I must say. So keep with keep watching those games. Okay, stay tuned with me, and I'll be coming after the third round game as well. Okay, and till then, see you in the next video. Please keep watching. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.